Hello, everybody, and welcome once again. My name is Jack, and I want to help you empower yourself through the spiritual path of creativity. Now, I myself am a singer, I'm a songwriter. My band is called Mera, and I just want to share with you what I have learned over the years through the genius of this incredible book. It's called The Artist's Way, and it's by a woman named Julia Cameron. And she really did something incredible here because she helps artists and creatives to use a few simple tools that can really empower you in a way that you may have never thought before, because your mind works in crazy ways, and the universe also works in crazy ways. We tend to think that we've got all the answers, or at least if we don't have all the answers, we tend to think that we know that we don't have all the answers when we might, which is a tricky thing to think about. It's counterintuitive to what maybe we've learned growing up through our teachers, our parents, religious authority figures, brothers, co-workers, you name it. You have been influenced either consciously or subconsciously to think a certain way, and most of it is counterintuitive to the creative nature of the universe. And today I want to talk to you specifically about a concept known as affirmations, or the power of affirmations. Now, I know that that word is kind of it's polarizing. It's tricky. You think affirmations and you think, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. People tend to make fun of that. People like to make fun of the entire self-help genre, as if it's something to be ridiculed, as if you are trying to improve yourself, that makes you pathetic, or or we're somehow above the need to improve ourselves. We're fine just the way we are. And I'm not saying you're not fine just the way you are. I'm just saying we can all improve. It's not about just being yourself. It's about being the best version of yourself. And that's what affirmations are all about. Now, some people think that they don't, if you say something, like if you say a phrase over and over again, or you listen to an audio, like that's not realistic. That's not a realistic thing. It's not scientific. It's that's not. It's a bunch of hokey spiritual weirdo nonsense. But what I want to ask you is, have you tried it? Have you tried it? Have you ever worked with affirmations? I'm just curious. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you've ever actually tried it, or if you never have, or if you haven't, why? What's holding you back? What do you have to lose by saying affirmations? You're not gonna get made fun of. This is a safe place. You're not gonna be, no one's gonna spy on you and be like, look at that dork saying affirmations to himself. What a gullible loser. No one's gonna do that. No one's watching. This is just between you and your creative source, whatever you want to call it. Now, what is an affirmation exactly? And how is an affirmation different than, say, a prayer or a wish, right? Like a lot of people say all prayers are is just wishing, wishful thinking. But that's not what an affirmation is. It's not what an affirmation is. An affirmation is not a prayer or a wish. Okay, a prayer for a wish is when you say, I wish that I had this. Oh, please give me this. That's not an affirmation. An affirmation is a statement that you make that something is already so. Do you see the difference? It's a statement. It's something that's already true, and you're just stating it aloud. Because it is. It is. It's already true. It's just waiting for you to make it happen. Because if it wasn't inside you, and it wasn't something that resonated deep, deep inside your heart, then it wouldn't be something that's already true. I am a channel for God's creativity, and my work comes to good. Everything that comes into you creatively is coming from a divine source. You can call it God, you can call it nature. You can't get wet by the word water, right? Julia Cameron calls it the great creator. The great creator created everything that you see around you and created you as well. My dreams come from God, and God has the power to accomplish them. We are not in this alone, okay? That's a big myth. We as artists are not alone. We have the power of something higher than us. Whenever we do something, whenever we create something, God has the power to make it happen. God has all the connections. God knows all the booking agents. God knows all the editors. God knows all the publishers. God knows all the film companies. God makes it happen. As I create and as I listen, I will be led. This is one of my favorite ones. You gotta listen for what's going on around you, for cues, for certain coincidence, for certain synchronicities that may occur that are going to lead you in that direction. My creativity is the Creator's will for me. That's right. You were born to do it. Why do you think it's what you want to do? Why were you drawn to the piano? What makes you want to dance? Why do you love painting? Because it is the Creator's will for you. Through the use of a few simple tools, my creativity will flourish. This is a big one. The few simple rules we're talking about here are namely the morning pages and the artist dates. You can take a look at some of my previous videos where I talk and go into depth about the morning pages and the artist dates. These simple tools, along with a few others like affirmations, are really, really going to help you. And that's not a if, that's a definite truth. Through the use of my creativity, I serve God. Yep, that's true. God doesn't hate artists. God is an artist. And when you create your art, that is your act of serving God. God loves that. My creativity leads me to forgiveness and self-forgiveness. This is important. We have a lot of resentment inside. Some of it is towards other people. A lot of it's towards ourselves. Your creativity is going to get rid of that. Your creativity is going to help you see that, maybe it's not the world's fault. Maybe it's not someone else's fault, an ex-friend, an ex-lover. You're going to realize that they can be forgiven. And even more difficult can be to forgive yourself. And that's the harder part. But your art is going to help you love yourself. You're going to help to love that inner child. And that's going to help you forgive yourself deep down inside. Deep, deep self-forgiveness. There is also a divine plan of goodness for my work, because that's part of you. You and your work and creativity and spirituality, it's one thing. There's a divine plan of goodness for it. So get to work. I am willing to be of service through my creativity. See, this one's a little out of the box. Your creativity can be a useful service to yourself, to your family, to your friends, to your community. How many people first got their exposure to singing in church, right? That's a service. That's a service to your community. You can donate your time. If you're an actor or a director, you can help in a community theater. You can perform free theater in a park. You can just make free videos on YouTube that nobody watches. What you do is a service. And think about it that way next time you're wondering if you're being selfish or not. Finally, here's one that I think you should write maybe on a piece of paper or a 3x5 card. Put it on a mirror or right where you're going to see it every day, every morning. And say it to yourself. I, and then say your name, am a genuinely talented person. I, Jack, Fred, Sally, am a genuinely talented person. Say it to yourself and believe it, because the world is waiting to hear from you and your creativity is needed. What we want and our desires and our creative talents come from a divine source, and they're just waiting for you to come along for the ride. Give these affirmations a try. See what happens. See how they change your outlook on life. And then let me know how it went. And until then, I want you all to be happy, be healthy, Go forth in grace and gratitude. Show the world your greatness because you are great. Thanks again, everybody.